Hey everyone, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Delayna Kessler, and I am the VP of Builder and Realtor Relations for Builder Boost. So I appreciate you setting out some time this morning to be here. This is a webinar designed for sales counselors where we will be talking about ways to enhance your marketing for your communities, as well as how to build better relationships or connect with more local real estate agents. So I know we have the chat feature. I would love for you just to say hello this morning. I'm a people person. This is my only way to connect is through the chat. So if you don't mind letting us know what builder you represent and what city you're from. So thank you guys. And I know we have a lot of busy sales counselors on this call, as well as marketing managers. If you have to take a call or step out, I completely understand. Business first, and just know that you will be receiving a recording later this afternoon so that you can watch it on your own time. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm hoping to keep this to about 30 to 40 minutes tops. And thank you for responding to the chat. Hi, Alexis. I know you're in San Antonio. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, let me pull up my presentation. Okay, so let's dive right in. In case I've never had the opportunity, I want to welcome all of you guys to the Builder Boost community. So this screen kind of represents all the different types of builders that we work with. We are located in San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and DFW. And that's what we do. We build community. That's what we focus on. Our efforts are 100% built around the idea that the connection between real estate agents and home builders will help your business grow. So why is it that there's always such a back and forth vibe between realtors and sales counselors? It seems to be a little history of kind of being uneasy neighbors. And I get it, not every real estate agent is built the same. But guess what? Not every sales counselor is built the same. It goes both ways. And one bad apple can ruin it for so many. One transaction that leaves a realtor feeling exploited can not only hurt future business for you, but also for the builder that you work with. So kind of keeping that in mind. This is the new home industry, and we know with it comes many cycles of business. I've been in this industry since 2003, so I have seen all of the cycles of new construction. And really, truly, no matter what the market conditions are, the connections that you build as a sales counselor are truly stabilizing forces in your business. And today's class will be focusing on people. And I just personally think it just feels better when we do focus on people, because we are salespeople and we are wired for that type of human interaction. And I'm not covering anything groundbreaking today. And sometimes the biggest changes in your business aren't the result of new marketing tactics, but rather just a subtle shift in your mindset and applying some focus on some activities that will help your business. So we'll be covering that. And as we talk about the subject of realtor relationships, we're going to look at some statistics that I pulled. There is good news in new construction because more buyers are taking a look at new construction. This is coming from the Housing Trends Report. If you haven't seen it, it was shared by NAHB, the National Association of Home Builders, and basically stating in that article that after bottoming out at 19% in the first quarter of this year, the popularity of new homes continues to rebound. So all good news, as the share of buyers looking for new construction rose to 21 and 27% in the second and third quarters of this year. And a possible factor behind this trend is that the inventory of new homes is now listed for sale. So the amount of available new build inventory is 25% higher than it was a year ago. And this is important, while the supply of existing homes on the market is unchanged. So I know our builders worked diligently to get as many homes on the ground. They're here. And this is a big topic that we discuss in our agent training, because agents are highly focused on new construction right now because they are not going to miss out on over a quarter of the homes that are currently on the market for their buyers. They're not going to miss out on that big chunk of what's available. So that big market share being new construction. Okay, so some other stats that I pulled, and this comes from NAR, so it's the National Association of Realtors, is where buyers found the homes that they purchased. It's actually not any surprise that 51% of buyers said they found their home on the internet. So that's that large percentage. The second highest percentage is from real estate agents. So 29% of buyers said that they found it from a real estate agent. And the smaller percentage, the 1% of buyers found it directly from the home builder or their on-site agent. Okay, so just kind of keeping that in mind. And agents are focused on repeat and referral business. Here are a couple other statistics that I wanted to share. 89% of buyers said that they would use their agent again or recommend their agent to others. 73% of sellers definitely would use the same agent again. So what we're looking at is that real estate agents are out there. Not only are they focused on lead generation, but they're focused on that repeat business. They're focused on maintaining relationships. And that means that agents, they control ready and willing and able buyers. I see realtors when it comes to new construction, and I was a sales counselor. I mean, they are the boots on the ground people that you want to be friends with. I know that there's always challenges, but truly, if you know this is a business partner that is out there doing the work and trying to bring business in, and you know that they're going to be bringing them to new construction, then these are the kind of relationships that you want to focus on. And I'm all about, relationships, but revenue is very important, right? Are the activities going to help boost your revenue? And they are. These relationships, when done right, can help boost your revenue. There's a ton of free marketing when you work with real estate agents. Agents love to market your new homes. It's a lead generating activity for them, so they see the value in it. And for you, you get free marketing out to their social sphere. And then you get the stamp of approval from a third party. That's huge. When agents love your community, love your products, they are going to share it with their potential buyers and have that stamp of approval from a trusted advisor. That's going to help you close the sale. And then, of course, the post-sale relationship, did you do business with the great agent? If you did, if they love selling new, you've given them a reason to want to do business with you again. So stay active in maintaining that relationship, because it really all comes back to you with that potential repeat business. So again, better relationships add up to better business. Okay, so I recently did a poll to realtors through San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and we asked them a few questions. And I've asked this question periodically, and it's, what is the best experience you've had with a new build, and what stood out to make that such a positive experience? And I'm just going to read off a couple of them. There's a whole report if you guys want a copy, but this one is, I had a great experience with Empire Communities, Perry Homes, KB, and Centex. So off the bat, they do a lot of new construction. The sales counselors I worked with these deals were transparent and consistent with communication, and gave updates with both my client and me. These professionals vouched for my client and always kept them at the forefront of the transaction. Those are words that I saw continuously through the report: is communication, transparency, updates. Like that's what they want. I had a builder actually allow me to shadow them for the day, and it was the best source of knowledge I could have ever received. Education is highly important to me, and I, of course, love to know what makes that particular builder unique, but really love moments I can learn more about the building process, constraints, procedures, etc. It gives me an opportunity to educate my buyers, help set realistic expectations for them, and makes me more knowledgeable agent for future clients. I love that one, because really, truly, like, if these agents feel like they have the knowledge about your product, and then you've built that personal relationship, this is going to give them the confidence that they need to go out and talk and sell your product. So this is huge. how can a builder make a huge impact and earn your trust and relationship? And I just pulled out a few. I love sending more business to the salespeople at communities that truly see us as being on the same team. We both have the same goal to get the buyers in a great home. A knowledgeable salesperson that can explain the construction of the home as well as the features. When the builder rep provides bi-weekly and weekly updates to our buyers and myself, it's great communication. The last one is sell inventory that leaves no doubt about the amount of commission to be paid. That's a big one. They really want transparency and what their income is going to be. And I know there's been, challenges in that area, but, transparency is key. Just be upfront with what the agent is receiving. Do the math. That way there is no hard feelings later down the road. Just be transparent is the only advice I have about that one. Okay, another question is, when you think about the success you've had selling new construction, this is to the agent, what helps you in the most in selling new? And the highest percentage was my knowledge about various builders and their products. And the next highest percentage was the relationships I've built with on-site sales counselors. So there it goes. That's exactly what I was just saying. If these agents have the knowledge and they have the relationships, those two go hand in hand. And I guarantee you that the agents that checked off or wrote in about my knowledge about the products, learn that from a sales counselor. I don't think these agents are on your website learning about the builder. They had to have gone in and spoken to you guys to learn about the product. And that is what has helped them becoming successful in selling new construction. So, all right. So just to kind of sum up that area is what matters to agents. They want sales counselors that are knowledgeable, willingness to work with agents, transparent communication. They want education, and they just want for you guys to set proper expectations. Again, this is not groundbreaking news. So, okay, we are going to go into some of the tips that I'm going to give you, and this is going to be covering marketing, building relationships, and utilizing the tools that you have on hand right now. So the first one, build community. Whether you are brand new and you're like, I really don't have a social media presence, or I'm new to the industry, regardless, you're going to look at your current realtor partners. And I know many of you can probably right off the top of the bat name off some of the realtor partners that you really enjoy working with. But you probably also have a stack of business cards in your desk. So don't take those out. Don't let them get dusty. You're going to look at your current realtor partners and ask yourself, am I doing everything to stay top of mind? Am I bringing value to my realtor partners? What can I do to build better connections other than just waiting for them to come back in, or you calling them when there's like a really great promotion you want to tell them? What more can you do? And then build your audience. So you can always build your audience. And I'm going to share a little tip. Social media is a great way to do this. And I've seen a ton of agents be very successful with this. And I understand that some sales counselors are going to be a little, shy around social. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but still, for even the most reserved sales counselors, there's a way to build your audience. So I'm just going to show you one tip that a little secret of how you can build business on Instagram. Okay, so this is Instagram. You can be on it on a web, on the desktop or your mobile phone, but there's the feature to search. So if you want to build your audience, you want to find the audience that you want to engage with, okay? Again, if you're not big on social media, this is still something that you can do. I think Instagram is a great beginner platform for building an audience. And actually, I skipped a step. If you do create your Instagram account, it doesn't have to be, there are some really great sales counselors, and I'll share some examples, but you have beautiful homes to share. You have community photos. You are a community expert. You can build your page that way. So look at your digital footprint as your business page for your community, and just put content out there that you have available about your model. It just can be beautiful images just to start. But then when you're ready to build your audience and you need to find the people that you want to connect with, this is one trick that we do, is we go by location. So Dripping Springs is just outside of Austin. So you can do Dripping Springs or any location, Fort Worth, Buda, Bernie, Texas, anything, Dripping Springs. And I'm going to come down to realtor. So I'm looking for realtors in Dripping Springs. You may have never met any of them, but it's going to bring you to any post that had that hashtag, and it's going to bring you to like the top post. So here's one with a group of people. You can click on there and you have this real estate agent. You can look at their picture and you can read about it if you've got a minute. So this one says, what a fun time from Georgetown to Driftwood. We have seasoned agents and brand new agents specializing in new construction. This is a perfect example. So you're like, great, this is a group of agents that are selling in Dripping Springs where my community is. I'm going to want to go to their page and follow. So then you follow them. But not only that, you can write a few words on their page, like anything interesting to engage with them. And what they're going to do is turn around and click on your bio, see that, oh, you're a new home sales counselor in Dripping Springs. They're going to connect with you. And that's how you begin to build an audience. And you can do this on Instagram. You can do this on LinkedIn. You can do this on Facebook. You can search keywords to start building your audience. So this is just a little tip on how you can anyone can do this to start building your audience. And when I say add value to their business, be their cheerleader, comment. They love that stuff. Share their content, write, hey, I love this. Do you mind if I share this to my page, or ask questions? These are all personal connections that you can get, personal connections that you can make just by interacting on social media. Okay, and then be engaging is the second tip. And I will say, like, the term community, we talk a lot about community marketing, building community. That term is used a lot these days. And I just said, like, build an audience, but if you're not creating those meaningful connections between people, then you don't have community, you just have an audience. So step one, build your audience. Step two, start to connect, be engaging, be interesting, provide value. All of those things go hand in hand to truly build better relationships. So number two is to be engaging. The great news about you as a sales counselor is that your marketing teams are working diligently at finding buyers, but you have the ability to really connect as a community expert and build that out. So you want to be engaging. And the good news is that Builder Boost, we have a way you can start practicing your relationship selling skills to a target audience. We have a private group for each market. And this is an example of Austin's. I'll go ahead and click on it. You have to be a sales counselor or a realtor to be in the group. Or marketing managers, you're allowed as well. Oh, this is San Antonio's, excuse me. So this has 4,000 members, and in it is realtors wanting to connect with builders. It's called New Home Builders and Realtors of San Antonio, or New Home Builders and Realtors of Austin. So we don't allow, your mortgage companies, title, anything out of the industry. You have to be the sales counselor or a realtor, just so that we can make clear communication. So this is a great way to get plugged in and get connected with agents that are looking for new construction. But this is a great way for you just to practice on building those relationships and being engaged. So that's the group. You do have to answer a couple of questions to be part of it. Come here. And some tips for the live group. You can go live. So when I say be engaging, be interesting, other than just posting any flyers, you can, promotions, you can do other things, like you can go live from your brand new model in the private group. You can go live to talk about promotions, or go live or host a Q&A. That's a great one too, because like the top reason that agents found success, if they're saying it's education and knowledge, then be that person, be that advisor in even these small group private group settings to do those tools. Go live, host the Q&A, post your events. If you're promoting any CE lunches, that's a great space to do that because you know what your audience is. And I've shared this before, but I have the ability in private groups to go in and see like who's the most engaging, who's the least engaging. And I did a report, and we run it like about every quarter, and it has the least engagement comes from just promotional flyers. Agents see promotional flyers a ton. So put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone. Don't just post the promotional flyer. Talk about what it means for their buyers. Okay, so if you have rate buy downs, if you have flex incentives, explain it in a way that they can understand and maybe get ideas for their buyers of how they can help them into a new home. And that community group is a great space for you to do that. And just a quick couple of, I think I covered on this, but just don't post just your flyers. Do focus on providing value with each post. Don't be negative. Do engage in posts by commenting and having real conversations. And don't be afraid to try something new and step out of your comfort zone. Okay, and then number 3, content consistency. Don't give up after just 1 or 2 posts. If you didn't get a ton of engagement in the private group, on your Instagram, anywhere that you're posting, who cares? It doesn't matter because you just have to keep going. It actually takes a person 7 times to see your information for it to actually resonate with them, who you are, where you sell, what you do. So you have to keep putting yourself out there. Content ideas. Think of the most recent questions or challenges you've had. So if you're struggling with what do I talk about, just think about what your buyers have been asking or other real estate agents have been asking. And that's some great content that you can put on some posts or in that private group. But more great news that you have tools available to you. If you want Builder Boost to help you with content, we have some great tools, and you're all going to get a link to this. The first one is do a Q&A. Tell us in your words, in your own words, about the community that you sell in. This is just an example of one in DFW area with Pacesetter Homes. So Dustin went on to fill this out, and it's just what makes, oh, I'm sorry, this is not a community. Oh yeah, it is. I'm sorry. This is a community feature. What makes Lake Park Villas unique? So this is where he sells, and you have a series of questions. You can answer as many as you'd like. I would recommend at least 5. And then we will work with your marketing team to get some nice model home images. And this is really in your own words, like, why is your community so unique? And this is available. So you fill out the form, you answer the questions, upload the images if you have them. If not, we circle back with marketing to get some nice images. This blog will go on to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It'll live on our blog. We also have a newsletter that goes out to agents every other week. So this is the type of content that we can put in those newsletters. So that's the Q&A, tell us about your community. And then we also have this one for tell us about yourself. This is great if you're a brand new sales counselor. This is great for anyone, but also if you just moved, this is actually a link to another community feature. So let me give you an example of Builder. Okay. So the Builder Q&A is just answering a few questions about yourself. How did you get into the industry? What advice do you have for buyers? What can agents do to promote your communities? And then we do the same. We post this blog on social media, and this is just great ways to stay top of mind. So you have activities. Like I said, it's all about content consistency. So these are just ways for people to remember you, to learn about you. And we are marketing it to real estate agents that are focused on new construction. So that one's available. And then this is one of my favorites, is to nominate a person of the week. if you can think of a few sales counselors that you've just really enjoyed doing business with, then nominate them for Person of the Week. Maybe you have a really great story to tell of how you guys, had a challenge and made it to close, whatever it is. But just come on here and tell us what it was about this agent that you liked. And then we will post this on the blog and social media, and we tag them. It comes to a complete surprise to the real estate agent. We tag you, your builder, your community, so we get the most exposure. And it's just a great way to stay memorable. And I'm sure Heather will just really appreciate the time that Barbie took out to, recommend her professionally. So that's something super easy that you can do. And if you can't think of a realtor, you can also nominate your construction manager. So those are always fun too. All right, number 4, get out of your comfort zone. Social media is literally at your fingertips. You have so much access to putting content and connecting with people. But video is huge. 67% of marketers say sharing marketing videos on social media has the biggest return on investment. So it's true. Videos work. You get the most views, the most interactions. So I will always tell you to put your face out there. Like I said, you can go live in the private group where nobody's going to see it except realtors and builders. You can go live on Instagram. I have a link here as an example. Oh, okay. I forgot this. So another thing that we have available as a Builder Boost partner is that you can just take over the Builder Boost Instagram for a day. And this is great because I totally get it. Like sometimes you don't want to put yourself out there with everyone on your social media, but taking over the Builder Boost Instagram means that you're only putting yourself out there in front of real estate agents because that's who we market to. So we have thousands of realtors that are following us on all of our Instagram pages. It's local. So if you're in DFW, Houston, San Antonio, you are putting yourself out there in front of local real estate agents. So that's really important. So that's available for you. Come back to, and then Instagram Reels are huge. Let me click on the example. You can, oh, no, I have the wrong one. Give me 1 second. Oh, I provided the wrong link, but that's okay because I'm going to put a sales counselor on the spotlight. Megan Reeves, I think you're watching today. So Megan is a sales counselor we recently had a marketing mission with that I will get to in a minute and explain what a marketing mission is. But I loved coming across her Instagram page. And I know we spoke and she's kind of just building it out, but she is so consistent with content and putting herself out there. But Reels are super quick and easy. And there's actually templates. I'm even thinking about maybe hosting a class just on Instagram. So if anybody's interested in learning more on how to do that, and I get it. I mean, look, not everybody is as animated as Megan, but it is like so easy to do Reels right now and you get a ton of views. So I wanted to put her on the spot because you are killing it. And she's not the only one. I've seen some great Highland reps doing their own pages. But social media, everyone's on their phones now. So if you're really wanting to stay top of mind and connect, this is a great place to start if you're willing to just kind of get out there and get creative with some posts. So ton of ways. And of course, TikTok is another big one. Back into here. Okay, so let's talk about the tools that you have. Number 5 is to be proactive with the tools that you do have. So I'm going to share a couple of tools that you can start using today to start getting connected with some of the real estate agents locally. This is a directory that we have for real estate agents. So to find it, let me back up. You go to builderboost.com and then you select your market. This is Austin. And then if you come to real estate agent resources, go to featured agents. What we've done is we've told agents, hey, Builder Boost would love to feature you as a new home expert. So they fill out their bio. Let me click on it. And they include their social media links, so you can always connect with them digitally that way. Has their little bio. Sometimes they have their YouTube channels like embedded into here. And when they do this, we collect their information, we feature them on social media. And then what's nice about this is it serves as a tool for you. So let me just do this as an example. You will search for area. Let me see, area serving. So if you have a model home in Georgetown, because this is Austin, you can click on areas serving Georgetown, and it's going to pull up all the agents have completed a bio and that they listed Georgetown as the area that they sell in. So this is a great way to start connecting with them, invite them to your model home, learn about them, go into this relationship with the place of value. And it's not like a place to just add them to an email database. These are people, this is potential business, potential realtor relationships that you can have. So you can come through here and follow their pages. If you've got some great announcements, you keep in touch, you keep them close, and you just find ways to connect with them. So this is available to you. So you can use that anytime in the directory. Just make sure that you're in the city that you're in, and then go to real estate agent resources, featured agents, and then type in areas serving that way. So that's a neat tool. And then I don't know if you're familiar with the buyer needs. So if a real estate agent comes to our website, they have numerous resources to find you guys. This is the book with all of the promotions. They can download inventory that we have updated every single week. But buyer needs is when a real estate agent comes through and says, I have a buyer who wants to look at new construction. This is the agent's name, agent's info, and in their own words, what is their client looking for? And then it goes out to all of our partnered builders. And we've asked, so there's a point of contact who receives them. It varies from different, sometimes it's your online sales consultant picking it up. Sometimes it's the marketing manager who forwards it out to sales counselors. But what we do is we do have a buyer need board for each market. So if you're in San Antonio, you can come down here. It doesn't have the realtor's agent's name, because we don't want people that are not partnered with us to see that information. So what you can do is you can scroll through it on a regular basis and just see if it fits, if you can help them, if they have a buyer need that matches your community. And then you can just click on I have a match. We pick it up and we'll directly get you connected with the agent so that you can hopefully schedule an appointment. So that's the buyer need. It's a tool that you can start using and just kind of go through, just be proactive on checking it. Know that it is immediately sent out to your team. So somebody should be, hopefully you should be receiving it, or your online sales consultant might be working that lead as well. Okay, tip number 6, follow up. There's some statistics that I have seen about following up. I think it's really important to visit this. 44% of sales professionals never follow up with a prospect. It's kind of alarming. 25% of people make a second contact and stop. 95% of all converted leads are reached by the 6th call attempt. I imagine this is like what's happening for you guys now. You probably will be having buyers on the fence a little bit longer, taking a little time to actually buy. But if you aren't following up, someone else is. And those who attempted to reach leads within 1 hour are 7 times more likely to have a meaningful conversation with decision makers than those who waited even 60 minutes. I think that's big, because if I put in a request and somebody calls me, those first conversations I have with them are going to be more meaningful. But if somebody's calling me 3 days later, well, I've already spoken to 2 people. I'm not really going to give them as much time. So follow-up is really big. The weekly buyer needs summary. So you saw the buyer need board. You have the ability to go in and check it anytime. But if you'd like, if you aren't receiving it already, every single week goes out on Tuesday. We have a database of sales counselors for each market. We send you a recap of the buyer needs that came in the past 7 days. So it's a weekly buyer needs summary. You receive it as an email. It's meant so that you can skim through there, see if you missed something. If you can call one of those agents back and try to get them in for an appointment. I will tell you the buyer needs. Sometimes an agent writes in a certain thing, and then 2 weeks later, they're circling back with us saying, hey, I never heard from any builders. So I call the agent, pick up the phone and call them. And I'm like, hey, well, tell me about what your buyer's looking for. And then it's different than what they even submitted. Or they were like, well, I put this, but that's like, an absolute must, but we could really be in this area too. So it starts to like open up a little bit. So when you read those buyer needs, if you're skimming through there, keep that in mind. If it's close to what you have, pick up the phone and just call them. And if anything, even if it doesn't work out for your community, that's a great way for you to build rapport and relationships with that agent if you're coming in from a place to help them. So, okay, number 7, stay focused. I mentioned that we have marketing missions for communities. So a mission, and if there's marketing managers listening, a mission is when Builder Boost actually sends a group of agents out to your community. We find agents that A, they sell new construction, B, they sell new construction in the area, and they have a good social media presence. So we find these agents and we give you guaranteed traffic to go out to the community. And we tell the agents like, hey, on your visit, you have a one-on-one appointment with the on-site sales counselor. Learn everything that you can about this community, the development, what kind of buyers are they seeing, how do they work their incentives, what is the build time, all of that. They soak up that knowledge, and then these agents are tasked to do a video to promote it on social media. So these agents are coming on and saying, hey, I've been selected as a new home expert with Pacesetter Homes. Let me just tell you what I learned. So they do a social media video highlighting the community. They do provide some feedback. Our team shares the content. We get really excited for the agents, kind of help them promote their business. And we go back and we asked the agents, so where do you see the value in that exercise, the mission? And the number one reason they said they love the missions is it's a lead generating activity, and that's why they do it. Second reason is the relationship with the sales counselor. And that was just everything, because I'm like, it all goes back to just even those polls. They want the knowledge. They want those relationships with you guys. And it makes it so much easier when you have an agent that you can work with, that you've met, and they can bring their buyer in. There's that whole level of trust. So number 7 is to stay focused on the activities that you can do to bring value to those agents. Think about the activities that are going to help them with their business and will help you with your business. And I wanted to share kind of the mission post that kind of came through, because it kind of comes like full circle, right? We do post sharing what they had to say about your community on social media. So a lot of times the agents are leaving comments about what they loved. And these are great third-party testimonials. But we love when we see the content they're putting together about the relationship side of the sales counselor. And then we do some follow-up afterwards. And let me find it here. I have so many windows open. I just realized it eventually turns into, sales. Oh, I'm sorry. I know where I hit it. Here it is. Okay, so the mission brings the people together. And then it's posts like these, the under contract. This came from an agent who said, pending in Palmer Ranch, this GFO home will be complete in July. Perfect timing and location for my buyers moving from Houston. Georgetown West is a quick 25-minute drive. So they kind of talk about it. But then they wrote, she had the scoop on Palmer Ranch from Builder Boost Austin Mission and gave it a thumbs up. So we circled back with the agent who sold the brand new home that was recently a mission. And she said, you know what? Basically, I went on the mission. Then I had a meeting with potential buyers. We sat down. They listed off a couple things about HOA and why they were kind of hesitant about HOA. And she remembered a conversation she had with that sales counselor about it. And during the conversation with them in front of them, she texts the sales counselor she just visited with the week before. And they set up an appointment and they went out there and drove and they wrote a contract. And I share that story because you have to stay focused on these activities, even the smallest activity, and meeting with an agent and sharing all that important information about the HOA, giving them all this knowledge. So when they have those conversations with their potential buyers, it's you that they're going to remember and stay top of mind with. And that mission basically encompasses like everything that we believe, and we want you guys to focus on these relationships and these activities. Don't get frustrated. Keep at it. And we get to hear the success stories. And there's a couple of other ones that came in about, this is Chance with Centex. These are agents telling the story of what a great process of buying a new home was with them and that sales counselor. And I say stay focused because I just know that this is the end result that we all want. These are people, these are relationships, and just always keep that in mind when you're working with realtors. So that's kind of my closing today. I'm going to leave it open for any questions that you may have. I will be sending out the recording. It'll also have links to all these activities, but for anyone else who is interested in accountability, I will have a link where if you click on it and sign up, then you're going to hear from me just once a month till I finish all the activities to check in with you to see if you are able to start on any of those activities. That's the Q&As, the nominating person of the week, Instagram takeover, getting involved in the group, all of that, because I've given you the information, but I know sometimes you just got to get out there and get started. So let me know if you have any questions. I see the chat. Thank you. Hey, Becca. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything that stood out as something that you can see your sales counselors taking advantage of. If there's anything that you have in mind as well, we're here for it. We're open. If you're on the call and you're not a Builder Boost partner, just reach out to me. Everybody will get an email from me today, and we can talk about getting you onboarded. So, all right, thanks, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.